Hello, hello, my divine decadent divas. Welcome back to a place where we hug our inner child, sip truth tea, and kindly but firmly tell emotional vampires to please exit stage left. I'm your host, Arlene Vernon, and today we're talking about boundaries. Not mean, not cold, not overly dramatic, just clear, loving, and powerful. Before we dive in today, if this episode has ever made you feel stronger, lighter, or slightly less likely to tolerate a face-to-face talker in your personal bubble, please follow, subscribe, and leave a review. Because protecting your peace is conscious and we're spreading consciousness. Alrighty, let's talk about the no touchy rule. Step back, you're in my aura. Have you ever met somebody who just stands so close that you could count their pores? Or a person who won't stop talking, won't stop venting, won't stop needing, won't stop draining? You leave the conversation feeling like someone unplugged your soul and used you as a charger for their emotional phone battery. That, my love, is what we call an energy vampire. Now, before we grab the garlic and holy water, let's ground this into reality. We are energy, atoms, neutrons, little sparkly sciencey things. We are a vibration in motion, and when we're feeling strong, positive, centered, our energy field expands. We feel open but not invaded. People can approach us, but they don't overwhelm us. When we are low, when we are in self-doubt, when we are hosting a pity party with the Mad Hatter serving us tea, our energy collapses inwards. And that's when the clingy ones show up. That's when the face talkers move in. That's when the let me fix you people attach. That's when the complainers park their lawn chairs in your aura and say, well, I live over here now. When our shields are down, our sonar is down, and we start absorbing what was never ours to carry. My story, oh my goodness, AKA the maid of honor who fired herself. Once upon a time, yes, shocking, I was a young girl, even more shocking. I had a best friend who I adored. We laughed, we talked about mystical things. We felt connected. What I didn't realize was I was her backup option. Whenever a cooler friend appeared, I disappeared. She would make jokes at my expense, subtle digs, little put-downs, and I didn't see it because I didn't believe I deserved better. I collected people who made me feel small, like antiques, like vintage emotional furniture. And it continued into my adulthood, to my chagrin. On my wedding week, yes, wedding week, she dropped out of the maid of honor position 48 hours before the ceremony because I didn't pay to get her nails done. Read that again. Because I didn't pay to get her nails done. Not because of betrayal, not because of a crisis, because of nails. And here's the thing, I still didn't fully wake up because I used to be shrinking. I used to be tolerating. I used to be thinking love meant endurance. But then something shifted. My mom introduced me to her friends. Kind, loving, encouraging, supportive. Where did these people come from? One in particular looked at me and said, "You are worth more than this." What? And something cracked open. I realized proximity matters. Who stands near you matters. Who speaks into your life matters. Who you allow access to your emotional living room matters. And when I started choosing differently, my life changed. I stopped collecting critics. I started collecting encouragers. And guess what? That's when everything began to rise. How can you spot an energy drainer? Ask yourself this. Do I feel lighter or heavier after being around them? Do they celebrate me or compete with me? Do they respect my time and space? Do they make jokes at my expense? Do they only show up when they're in need of something? And here's the biggest one. Do I feel like myself around them? Your body knows, your energy knows, your intuition whispers before your brain catches up. If you feel small, tight, guarded, that's all information. No touchy rule. The no touchy rule is simple. You do not get access to my energy without my permission. That might sound dramatic, but it's not. It sounds like, I don't like how that comment made me feel. Please don't speak to me that way. I need some space. That doesn't work for me. It also sounds like waking up and just walking away from negativity. Not every conversation needs to be a closing argument. Not every boundary needs to be a TED Talk. Sometimes it's just no. And breathe. All right, so let's get into a mantra moment here. Say this with me. I protect my peace. I honor my energy. I choose relationships that lift, not drain. I attract people who celebrate my light so I can celebrate theirs. I do not absorb what is not mine. My space is sacred. I am worthy of respect. Repeat that one. I am worthy of respect. Feel it. Let it sink in. That's your shield clicking into place. You wouldn't think we'd get away without a journaling moment. Write this at the top of your page. What do I deserve in a relationship? Here's some questions to ask. Number 1, where have I allowed my boundaries to collapse? 2, who in my life consistently makes me feel small? 3, why have I tolerated that? 4, what would loving self-respect look like in those situations? 5, how do I physically feel after spending time with certain people? 6, what kind of people do I want to collect instead? Be honest, no judgment, just awareness. Awareness is power. Homework time. Identify one relationship you need to place boundaries in. 2, practice one small boundary statement. 3, limit exposure to one that drains you during interactions. 4, intentionally place yourself in one uplifting environment. Go to an art class, a gym, a church, a meditation group, a comedy show, whatever works. Collect your people. The right one does exist. For those in sales, therapy, and public work, a lot of you work with the public. I've been there. Still there. You can't avoid difficult energy. So instead, shift your mindset. That's their energy, not mine. Send compassion. Do not absorb. You are not required to carry someone else's storm. In closing, you are not a welcoming mat. You are not here for people to wipe their emotional shoes on your soul. You are allowed to live in love and still have shields. You are allowed to be kind and still say, "Oh no, I'm not doing that." You are allowed to shine and still protect your glow. The right people will never resent you for your boundaries. They will respect them. And the wrong ones will reveal themselves when you enforce your boundaries. And that, my beautiful soul, is clarity. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing growth. Thank you for choosing yourself. If this resonated, share it with someone who might need permission to step back and protect their peace. Till next time, live in love, stand in light, laugh often, and remember, your energy is sacred.